I'm going to have them use the AI bot to formulate the beginning of their essays.
Instead of fighting AI like every other teacher, this one is having her students learn how to use it in her class, which I think is a wonderful idea, but let me explain why that's not going to work. With the example of chess. For most of history, chess was played between two people. When computers started playing it, nobody took them seriously because they sucked. But then they got better and better until they beat the world champion. And ever since, no human has been able to beat the best computers at chess. And that was depressing, but then there was a very hopeful thing people used to say, which was that maybe we can't beat the computers anymore, but a human teaming up with a computer is better than the computer on its own. And that was a very nice thing, and it made everybody feel very good about themselves. But that's not even the case anymore. Today, computers are so good at chess that even when the best player uses it, it's worse than if the computer just plays on its own. And I think this is where we're going with ChatGPT. Today, ChatGPT is not perfect and people love to make fun of it because it makes mistakes. But what you need to understand is this is version 1 of the technology. This is like the old blocky computer from 20 years ago version of it. What is the iPhone 14 version of ChatGPT that we're going to get in 20 years? What is that going to look like? My guess is that it's going to be just like chess, where someone using it is going to be worse than the AI just doing the work on its own. And that's why, while I think this whole idea of students using it in school is very admirable, it's only going to work for the short period of time where AI is not that good and it still makes mistakes and we can correct those mistakes. But at some point, it's not going to be the case anymore and we're going to have to deal with that, just like the chess people had to deal with this 20 years ago. For instance, computers are no longer allowed in chess competitions. If you know, you know. And in some ways, I don't think they should be allowed in some of the classes where you have to learn how to think. But the hopeful thing here is that chess is not dead. In fact, it's bigger now than it ever was in history. And that's because people enjoy chess for the human aspect of it. They prefer to watch two people playing against each other and make a bunch of mistakes than watch two computers play against each other and make a perfect game, even though the games are objectively worse. And I think that's going to be the case with every other industry that's going to get disrupted by AI, whether it is English, art, or music. At some point during our lifetime, we'll just have to accept that computers are better than us at those things and move on, just like the chess people had to do 20 years ago.